Yo guys, what is happening? This is That Fish Beauty here. I'm bringing you guys another video. Yeah, what's up? It is my Daphnia series culturing. Day, what is this? It is day 6 or 5. No, no, I'm just kidding, guys. It's 5. Day 5 here, and the Daphnia culture is doing great. You guys can see one right here. Hey, what do you know? He come to show up to the party. As you can see, they are a lot bigger. Yes. Oh my god, he disappeared. There you go. There you go. Yeah, they doubled, possibly tripled in size. They are a lot larger than they were previous to this video. That's because they've been growing up on this yeast here. This yeast, they vigorously consume. I feed about 20 to 30 of the pellets, like the small yeast pellets. Oh god, there. 20 of those, 20 to 30 of those, and I mix with 1 tablespoon of the culture water, and I mix it in this here. Just mix it up, and once majority of the particles are gone, I just spread it about here, and they're good, a-okay. And as you can see, so I fed them early this morning, or actually not that early, like in the afternoon, about noon, and it is, let me see what time it is. 7:30, and as you guys can see, the water is almost clear. It's obviously not as clear as it's not like crystal clear, but it is definitely easier to see through the other side. This tank is a bit harder to see through. I think it was poor planning when I chose this this container, this container, because the material's a bit weird and it's hard to see through it in the first place, so I think it's kind of dumb. So I really need to change this out soon. So what my plan is I'm gonna start moving these guys out as soon as I can. The plan is the 5-gallon, but the problem is that the 5-gallon, I'm afraid I'm gonna kind of rush it, and I'm gonna end up getting them killed because they are subject to fatally dying if there's a really quick change in temperature, or the water what is it, the water chemistry. There we go. I can't think right now, but ooh, hold on guys. Alright, sorry about that guys. So as I was saying, there's something I did notice about the two different cultures, is that on the right here, this culture I used this as you can tell is the spring water, and on the left, the culture container is filled with aquarium water. Now, I did notice an overall behavioral and hatch rate difference. Over here, the behavior of the Daphnia in this culture seems to be a little bit more, well, not as active. As you can see here, they do actively move, but I mean, it's like they're not as actively seeking out food. They're not as vigorous in their movements. Unlike in comparison to the ones over here, let's see if you guys can see it. They are far more active in this container. They move around a lot more. They kind of have like this heartbeat type thing going on. It's like a continuous thump that they move, which is, similar to their given name, which is water fleas. They move around quite a lot, and not to mention the hatch rate in this container compared to that one is quite evident. This container, they do move. I do have about, I'm not even gonna try count because there are literally that many in here. I don't honestly know why you can't really see them here. I think it's just this one container, because this container is very easy to see the Daphnia in, but this one's really weird. But I assure you, there's a lot in here. There's actually a lot of them moving around in here. There's a good 40 in here, and of a very mediocre size, might I add. They're, look, they're really big compared to before. They're about this big. In comparison to before, they were like pins. Here, they're about this big. I'd say a good 1-2 millimeters. Yeah, 1-2 millimeters. So these ones are far more active compared to this one. Why did I say that? This one. Sorry guys. So I think a little tip I could give you guys who are going to consider making your own Daphnia culture is to consider using spring water or distilled water, a water that is more pure in its chemistry in comparison to aquarium water, because I noticed that the aquarium water, it's not so much, the aquarium water is a little bit, I think there's a possibility it might have been contaminated. What I mean by that is that there could have been things like iron or other dissolved minerals or metals that might be involved in the aquarium water. I'm not exactly sure because I can't really test for metals, but I'm pretty sure that is the reason for this. So if you're going to try out something with your own culture, I recommend something a bit pure, like try Arrowhead, some type of bottled water substance, or if you have a source of water that you're getting from, for example, like aquarium water, I really strongly recommend you try something a bit cleaner, I should say. So as you can see here, there are some, but they're not nearly as many located in this larger container than there is in the smaller one. I'd say a good 10, 15 are in here, and we have a good 40 in here, easily 40. And these ones eat far more vigorously than this container. They eat a lot faster, so there is quite an evident difference. Now that's just my hypothesis. This isn't a proven thing that I'm trying to get at, lab result, but this is what I'm getting. So that's my friendly advice to you. That's about it as far as the cultures are concerned. Both are still very healthy though, nonetheless. They're both very healthy cultures. They're very, very vigorous eaters. And something I want to show about here is I did manage to isolate a triops. Now, I don't believe I mentioned in a previous video, but in this container, on the first day, or the third day I should say, but the first day of hatching, I noticed this one Daphnia that was swimming at an incredible pace. He was, maybe not as fast as the Daphnia, but he was, actually swimming in comparison to the jittery hopping of the water fleas. And let's see if we can see him. But I did catch a triops. I managed to isolate him. I wasn't sure if he was a fairy shrimp or a triops, so I isolated him anyways because I was afraid he might start consuming his tank mates, the other Daphnia, and that might result in a culture crash, so that would be terrible. So I just fed, oh, there he is, I just fed him, and I guess we will be having an early triops series going on. It's not really going to be as evident as my other triops series because this is nonetheless a Daphnia series. As you can see, he's moving around in there. It's still very small. I'd say 3 millimeters, 4 millimeters. But I was feeding him, what is it? Let's see here. I was feeding him just like the trap pellets. Let's see if I can pop this open with one hand. But yeah, I was feeding him with traps pellets here, as with the instructions that you're given. So I'm just, like, where is it saying it? Oh yeah, crushing, between spoon, two pellets, and then feeding a quarter of them, yada yada yada. And I just feed it in like that. Now, I don't, I only have one traps, obviously. So I'm just going to care for him in that container. I'm not really going to care about transferring him to the other larger containers. So, hope you guys don't mind. It's not going to be as serious as my Daphnia series. Don't worry, that Daphnia series will be continuing. It's just, might get a little update once in a while of this guy. I don't really care to give him a name because he was an unexpected child, you could say. So, yeah, so that's about it for the culturing. I think I'm going to move on and show you guys the green water culture that I am keeping outside. It does seem to be doing very well. Alright, see you guys. Yo guys, what is up? I am back. Let's see how it's gone. As you can see here, I'll try to shine it up to the light. It has indeed gotten a bit greener. As you can see at the top, there's like this greenish algae. It's kind of like curdling at the top. Kind of reminds me of milk almost. That's gone bad at the top. But the actual color is turning green. I don't know if you guys can see it on the camera. Hopefully you guys can see it. But the brown has turned a bit clearer and it seems to be turning green, which is quite a pleasant sight, because that means I'm actually gonna have a green water culture, which will be quite interesting. It seems to be originating more at the top here, and in the middle it's a bit less, and at the bottom there's almost no green. It's more of a yellowish tint. But nonetheless, it is indeed turning. What that means is, oh, I just realized, there's a bug in there. It seems dead. Must have tried to get a drink or something, I'm not quite sure. But that'll actually add nutrients to water, so I do not mind, as the body decomposes. Yep, that's life for you. So, what my plan is, if this green water culture starts getting better and better, since it is indeed day 5, I'm estimating by by day, probably within a week or so, so by day 14 or something, I will have this culture completely green, or good enough to the point where I can start beginning other cultures with, and I'm probably gonna do buckets instead, because it seems like 2-liter bottles do seem to work, but it doesn't supply quite a bit. This is basically all that I'm gonna get out of here. Just 2 liters, obviously. So I'm gonna try my best to get a big, possibly a 5-gallon bucket. Something kind of like these potting plants here. Maybe not that. That's huge. That's like a big drum. But I'll try to get a 5-gallon bucket, fill it up. Probably, let's say half of this culture, and maybe the other half I'll put to another culture I'll get started. And once I get enough cultures going, I'll start feeding it. But at the moment, yeast is going to have to substitute. So, yeah, that's about it, guys. Sorry, kind of cut off there. But, that's about it. That's my plan. Hope you guys enjoyed. Like, comment, subscribe, whatever it may be. And you always know I'll answer your questions if you have any. Sorry for the rushed video yesterday. That was really rushed. I didn't really have time thanks to Father's Day. So, for all you fathers out there that are watching, or if you're just, want to say, just want to let you know that I hope you had a good Father's Day, and yeah, that's about it. So until next time, guys, that fish reader signing out. Peace.